Kai stepped out of the shuttle and into the busy spaceport. The sounds of engines, voices, and machines filled the air. People from many planets hurried past him, some in strange clothes, some with glowing skin or unusual shapes. Earth's spaceport was one of the busiest in the galaxy. Kai had not been here for many years. Now he was back to start a new life. His heart beat fast. He looked around at the large signs and bright lights. He had planned this moment for a long time. After growing up on a small colony far from Earth, he wanted to live here. He hoped to find work and friends. The spaceport was the first step. Kai walked toward the customs area. It was the place where travelers were checked before they could enter Earth. Robots scanned passports and goods, and officials asked questions. Kai felt a little nervous but kept calm. He was ready for this. A tall figure stood near the entrance to the customs zone. The figure had blue skin and large eyes that shone like stars. It wore a simple uniform with a badge that said Alien Customs. The figure watched Kai carefully as he approached. "Welcome to Earth," the figure said in a clear voice. "I am Torin." Kai stopped. The name was strange. "Hello," he said. "I am Kai." Torin smiled. But it was not a usual smile. It was full of surprise and something like hope. "Kai, you cannot have forgotten me. I am your old friend." Kai frowned. "I think you have the wrong person. I do not know you." Torin's eyes widened. "You really do not remember me. We went to school together on Zero Colony. High school friends." Kai shook his head. "Zero Colony? I have never heard of that place." Torin's voice became soft but firm. "Kai, please come with me. You need to see something." Kai looked around. The customs officers watched, but no one moved to stop Torin, curious and a little confused. Kai followed him into a small room nearby. The room was simple, but filled with strange machines. One machine had a round screen that showed images of a young boy and an alien boy laughing together. The alien boy looked just like Torin. "Who are these?" Kai asked, pointing to the screen. "That is us," Torin said. "This is your past, Kai. You and I were best friends. We went to school, played games, and studied together. You lived on Zero Colony before coming to Earth." Kai stared at the images. His mind tried to understand. The faces looked familiar, but the memories felt like a dream. "How is this possible?" Torin took a deep breath. "You were born on Zero Colony, but when you were young, something dangerous happened. You and the other children's memories were erased for safety. You were sent to Earth with a new identity." Kai's heart raced. "I do not remember any of this." "I know," Torin said gently, "but the memories are still inside you. The device can unlock them slowly if you want." Kai sat down, feeling a mix of fear and hope. "Show me." The machine glowed and started. Images appeared of a small school with both humans and aliens. Kai saw himself running and laughing. He saw Torin helping him with lessons and sharing food. The images felt warm and real. Tears came to Kai's eyes. "Why was I sent away? Why did I forget?" Torin looked sad. "Because there was a threat to the colony. The leaders wanted to protect you and the others. They thought forgetting would keep you safe." Kai nodded slowly. "So now, why am I here? Why did you find me?" "Because the threat is coming." Again, Torin said, "The colony needs you. They believe you can help. You were trained for this, even if you do not remember." Kai looked out the window at the busy spaceport. The idea was hard to believe. He was just a young man trying to find his place. Now he was told he had a secret past and a future responsibility. Torin smiled softly. "You are stronger than you think, Kai. You are more than the memories. You are a leader." Kai took a deep breath. "I want to understand. I want to remember. And I want to help." Torin extended his hand. "Then come with me. There is much to do." Kai stood and shook Torin's hand. For the first time in a long time, he felt hope. A new journey was about to begin, one that would take him beyond Earth and into the stars. Kai followed Torin out of the spaceport building. The bright lights and busy crowd felt strange now. His mind was full of questions and confusion. He had never thought about his past before. Now, it was coming back in pieces. Torin walked with calm confidence. Kai tried to keep up, We need to leave Earth soon, Torn said. The colony is waiting for you. You have an important role to play. Kai looked up. But what exactly do I have to do? I feel like I am lost. Torn smiled kindly. First, you need to remember more. Your training, your friendships, your skills. They are inside you. We will unlock them step by step. Kai nodded. Okay, where do we go? We will fly to Zera Colony, Torn answered. It is hidden from most of the galaxy. Only a few know its location. The colony is home to many humans and aliens who live and learn together. Kai listened carefully. He had never heard of this place before, but he felt a strange pull in his heart. Torn led him to a small ship parked near the spaceport. It looked different from Earth vehicles. The ship was smooth and shiny, with soft lights along its sides. Inside, it smelled fresh and cool. They took their seats, and Torn started the engines. The ship lifted gently into the sky and moved quickly through space. Outside the window, stars blinked in the dark. Kai watched the stars and tried to imagine his past life. He asked, what was it like on the colony? Was life hard? Torn smiled. It was peaceful. We had schools, parks, homes, and places to explore. Humans and aliens grew up together. We learned from each other and helped each other. Kai felt a little sad. He wished he could remember those days more clearly. Torn noticed. The memories will come. It takes time. You are stronger than you think. The ship flew through quiet space for hours. Kai tried to relax, but his mind kept racing. Then Torn spoke again. When you lived on the colony, you were part of a special group. You were chosen to be ambassadors for peace. You were trained to solve problems and protect others. Kai looked at Torn in surprise. Me? I do not remember any of that. Torn nodded. The memory wipe was strong, but your skills remain. We can help you find them again. Kai smiled slightly. I hope so. I want to be ready. The ship started to slow. Outside, a small blue-green planet appeared. It looked beautiful with oceans and forests. Kai felt a deep connection to the world. That is Zera Colony, Torn said. Welcome home. Kai's heart beat fast. He stared at the planet. It was like a dream. The ship landed gently on a platform near a small town. People of different shapes and colors moved about. Some were humans like Kai. Others had wings, or scales, or glowing eyes. Kai stepped out and felt the fresh air. It smelled clean and alive. The colony was real. It was more beautiful than he imagined. Torn guided him through the streets. They passed schools filled with children playing and learning together. Shops selling strange foods and tools. Parks where families enjoyed the sun. Do you feel anything familiar? Torn asked. Kai thought hard. He saw a small playground where two boys played a game. One boy looked like Torn. The other boy looked like him in the pictures. Yes, Kai said quietly. I think I do. They stopped in front of a large building with tall windows. A sign said Community Center. This is where you spent much of your time, Torn explained. It is the heart of the colony. Kai walked inside. The room was full of people talking and smiling. Some looked at Kai with surprise and hope. A woman came forward. She had kind eyes and a gentle voice. Kai, welcome back. We have missed you. Kai smiled. I have missed you too. But why did I forget all of this? She nodded. To keep you safe. But now the threat is near again. We need you to help us protect our home. Kai felt the weight of her words. He was not just a visitor. He was part of this place. Torn took Kai to a quiet room with many screens and maps. This is the command center. We watch the skies for danger. Kai looked at the maps. They showed the colony and the surrounding space. A red dot blinked far away. That is the enemy fleet, Torn said. They want to take our world. They believe we are weak. Kai's eyes narrowed. We are not weak. No, we are not, Torn agreed. But we need to be ready. You will lead our team. You have the training, even if you do not remember. Kai felt nervous but also determined. I will do my best. Torn smiled proudly. That is all we ask. The days passed quickly. Kai trained with the colony's defenders. He learned about their weapons and strategies. Slowly, his old skills began to return. He remembered how to work with the alien technology. He remembered how to speak to both humans and aliens with respect. He remembered the value of trust and courage. One evening, Kai stood on a hill outside the town. He looked at the stars and thought about his life. He was no longer just a stranger. He was a protector of this world, a friend to many. Torn came beside him. You are ready for what comes next? Kai nodded. Thank you for not giving up on me. Torn smiled. You never forgot. You just needed to see again. Kai looked at the stars once more. He felt hope. He felt strength. He was home. Kai woke early the next morning. The sky was bright with soft light. The colony was peaceful and quiet. But Kai knew the peace might not last long. The enemy fleet was still out there, moving closer every day. He stepped outside and breathed the fresh air. The green trees and blue lakes made him feel calm. This place was his home now. He had to protect it. Torn joined him on the small porch. We have to prepare, Torn said. The leaders want to meet soon. Kai nodded. I am ready. They walked to the main building where the colony leaders gathered. The room was large with many seats around a glowing table. People from many species sat there. Humans, aliens with wings, some with scales, and others with soft glowing skin. Kai noticed the mix of faces and felt proud. This colony was different from anywhere else in the galaxy. They worked together, not against each other. The colony leader stood up. She was a tall woman with silver hair and kind eyes. Kai, we are glad you are here, she said. You were trained to be our leader in times like these. Kai felt the weight of her words. I will do everything I can. The leader nodded. Our scouts report the enemy fleet is only days away. They want to take our technology and control our people. Kai frowned. We must stop them. How many ships do they have? More than we expected. The leader said, they have many weapons and strong fighters, but they do not know our strength. Torn stepped forward. Kai, your training included working with both humans and aliens. You understand how to bring us together. We must unite to defend the colony. Kai looked around the room. He saw hope in the eyes of his new friends. He knew what to do. We will prepare a defense plan. Kai said, we will train more people, use all the technology we have, and find ways to surprise the enemy. The leaders agreed and began to organize teams. Kai was put in charge of a group that included humans and aliens together. They would protect the colony. In the next days, Kai worked hard. He trained with others, learned about new weapons, and shared ideas. He grew stronger every day. He also spent time with Torn. Torn told him more stories about their school days and the adventures they had. The memories helped Kai feel closer to the past. He once forgot. One afternoon, Kai walked through the market. People were busy, but there was a quiet tension in the air. Everyone knew danger was coming. A young girl ran up to Kai. She looked worried. Kai, my brother is missing, she said. He went to the forest and did not come back. Kai took her hand. I will help find him. Torn joined them. We should act fast. The forest can be dangerous. Together, they went into the trees. The forest was thick and full of strange sounds. Kai felt alert. He used his training to search. Carefully, after a while, they heard a shout. A boy came running toward them. He was safe but scared. Kai smiled. You are lucky. The forest can be tricky. The boy nodded. I saw something strange. A small ship landed, but it flew away quickly. Kai's heart beat faster. Enemy. Scouts. Torn looked serious. It could be. We must tell the leaders. Back at the command center, Kai shared the news. The leaders planned to increase patrols and watch the skies closely. Kai felt the weight of responsibility again. Every decision mattered now. One night, Kai sat alone, thinking about the coming battle. He remembered a lesson from his training. Leaders must be calm and strong, even when afraid. Torn joined him quietly. You're ready, Kai. Trust yourself. Kai nodded. Thank you, Torn. I'm glad you are here. Torn smiled. We are friends, and friends protect each other. The next morning, the colony received a message from the enemy fleet. It was a warning. They demanded the colony surrender or face destruction. Kai stood before the leaders. We will not give up. We will protect our home. The leader agreed. Prepare the defenses. This is our fight. Kai looked at the sky, knowing the battle was near. But he was no longer the confused young man from Earth. He was a leader, a protector, and a friend. The colony was ready. So was Kai. The morning sun rose over Zira colony, casting a warm glow on the peaceful landscape. But beneath this calm, the colony was preparing for a battle that could change everything. The enemy fleet was closer now, and tension filled the air. Kai stood on a hill overlooking the colony. His eyes scanned the horizon, watching the stars fade as the sun climbed higher. He felt the weight of the coming fight on his shoulders. It was a heavy burden, but one he was ready to carry. Torn joined him quietly. The fleet will arrive by nightfall, he said. We have little time left. Kai nodded. We must make every moment count. Back at the command center, Kai and the leaders gathered to finalize their defense plans. The room was full of maps, glowing screens, and excited voices. Humans and aliens worked side by side, sharing ideas and strategies. Kai pointed to a map of the space around the colony. Our sensors show the enemy ships are strong but slow. We can use hit-and-run tactics to slow them down. One of the alien commanders, a tall being with wings, spoke up. We can use our faster ships to strike their supply lines. It will hurt their ability to fight. Kai smiled. Good. We will divide our forces. Some will defend the colony directly. Others will take the fight to the enemy. The leaders agreed. They split their teams into groups, each with a clear mission. Kai was put in charge of the defenders, closest to the colony. He would lead the fight to keep the home safe. That afternoon, Kai visited the training grounds. The defenders were practicing with new weapons and drills. They moved with purpose and determination. Kai walked among them, offering words of encouragement. Remember, we fight not just for ourselves, but for everyone who calls this place home. A young human soldier looked at him. Kai, do you think we can win? Kai smiled. We must believe we can. Our strength is in our unity. Together, we are stronger than any enemy. As the sun set, the colony's lights began to shine brighter. The people gathered in small groups, ready for whatever was coming. Kai stood near the command center, watching the sky grow dark. The stars appeared, and soon the enemy fleet would arrive. Suddenly, alarms rang through the colony. The sensors had detected movement. Kai and Torn rushed to the control room. On the main screen, dozens of enemy ships appeared, heading straight for the colony. Kai took a deep breath. This is it. The battle began with bright flashes and loud sounds. The enemy ships fired powerful beams, but the defenders were ready. Kai's team launched fast ships to intercept, weaving through space with skill. Kai's heart pounded as he gave orders. Keep the shield up. Focus fire on their lead ship. Protect the colony at all costs. The defenders fought bravely. Alien pilots with glowing eyes and human soldiers with steady hands worked together. Their teamwork surprised the enemy. Torn flew beside Kai in a small fighter. You are doing well, Torn said. Keep it up. Kai nodded. We cannot let them win. The enemy fleet tried to surround the colony. Their numbers were many, but their ships were heavy and slow. Kai used this to his advantage. Hit their engines, Kai ordered. We can slow them down. The defenders fired with precision, damaging enemy ships. Some began to fall behind. Kai felt a surge of hope. The colony's defenders were strong, but the enemy was not giving up. They sent a large ship to break through the defenses and attack the colony's main power station. Kai saw the danger. Torn, take a squad and stop that ship. Torn nodded and sped away. Kai stayed behind to lead the rest. The battle was fierce. Explosions lit the sky as ships collided. The colony's shields flickered but held. Kai's team worked as one. They pushed back the enemy step by step. Then, a message came from Torn. Power station is safe. Enemy ship destroyed. Kai smiled with relief. Good work. Hours passed, and the enemy fleet began to retreat. Many ships were damaged or lost. The colony's defenders had won this battle. Kai stood on the command center balcony, looking at the stars. The fight was not over, but today they had won. Torn joined him. You led well, Kai. The colony is proud. Kai felt tired but strong. I could not have done it without everyone's help. Torn smiled. That is the true strength of this colony. Together, we face any challenge. Kai looked up at the sky, thinking about the future. There would be more battles, more dangers. But he was ready. He had found his past, his purpose. And his friends, the stars shone bright above, and Kai knew this was only the beginning of a new journey for him and the colony. After the battle, the colony began to repair the damage. People worked together to fix broken buildings, restore power, and help those who were hurt. Kai walked through the streets, seeing neighbors helping each other. The spirit of the colony was strong. Torn walked beside Kai. The enemy will not give up easily. They will return, stronger. Kai nodded. Then we must be ready. We must learn from this fight. Torn looked serious. There is something you should know. The enemy's leader is a powerful commander named Vrax. He has a plan to take control of the whole region. Kai frowned. Vrax sounds dangerous. What do we know about him? He is ruthless and clever, Torn said. He wants to control all the colonies, including Zira. That is why they attacked. Kai felt the weight of the news. This was more than just one battle. It was a war. The colony leaders held a meeting to discuss their next steps. Kai spoke with confidence. We need to build stronger defenses and train more people. But we also need allies. One leader asked, where will we find allies? Many colonies fear Vrax. Kai thought carefully. We will reach out to other colonies and share our knowledge. We can show them that together we are stronger. The leaders agreed. Plans were made to send messages to nearby colonies, asking for help and friendship. Meanwhile, Kai spent time with the colony's scientists. They showed him new technologies that could help in the fight. Some machines could detect enemies from far away. Others could boost the colony's defenses. Kai was amazed. This technology will help us save many lives. Torn smiled. You will learn quickly. You are the leader we need. One day, as Kai practiced with his team, a young alien approached him. She had bright green skin and friendly eyes. Kai, I want to join your team, she said. I believe in what you are doing. Kai smiled warmly. Welcome. We need all the help we can get. The young alien's name was Mira. She was brave and smart. Together, they trained hard, preparing for whatever came next. One evening, Kai received a secret message. It was from a nearby colony called Arden. They wanted to meet and discuss an alliance. Kai felt hope. This is the start of something good. Torn agreed. Yes, friends are powerful. The next day, Kai and a small team prepared to travel to Arden. The journey was long but peaceful. When they arrived, they were greeted warmly. The Arden colony was different from Zira. It was built on rocky land with tall towers and bright lights. The people there were strong and proud. Kai met with their leaders. He spoke honestly about the dangers of Vrax and the need for friendship. The Arden leaders listened carefully. After long talks, they agreed to join forces with Zira colony. Kai felt proud. Together, we will protect our homes. The alliance was celebrated with music and food. People from different planets danced and shared stories. Kai looked around and smiled. This was what he had hoped for. Unity. When he returned to Zira, Kai shared the good news. The colony was ready to face the future with friends at their side. But Kai knew the fight was not over. Vrax was still out there, and his power was growing. One night, Kai stood under the stars with Torn. The road ahead will be difficult. Kai said. Torn nodded. But you are not alone. Kai looked up at the sky and felt a new strength. He was no longer the boy who forgot his past. He was a leader with a mission. The stars above shone brightly, guiding him forward. The days after the alliance with Arden brought new hope to Zira colony. People worked together to prepare for the coming challenges. Kai felt a growing confidence. He was learning more about leadership every day. One morning, Kai received an urgent message from a scout ship. The message was short but serious. Enemy forces spotted near the outer borders, moving fast. Kai stood up quickly. We must act now. We cannot let them surprise us. Torn joined him at the command center. We need a plan to stop them before they reach the colony. Kai studied the map. The enemy ships were smaller than before, but faster and more dangerous. "We will send a team to intercept them," Kai said. "I will lead the defense here, but we need to strike early." The leaders agreed and chose a group of skilled pilots to stop the enemy. Mira was among them. Kai felt proud. "Take care, Mira. We are counting on you." Mira nodded. "We will do our best." The team left quickly in their ships. Kai watched as they disappeared into the stars. Back in the command center, Kai organized the colony's defenses. The people worked fast, setting up shields and readying weapons. Hours passed slowly. Then, a message came from Mira's team. "Enemy intercepted. Battle is intense." Kai held his breath. The fate of the colony was in their hands suddenly. The screen showed a battle in space. Ships moved quickly, firing beams and dodging attacks. Mira's voice came again. "We are holding them off but need backup." Kai acted fast. "Send reinforcements. We cannot lose this fight." More ships took off from Zira, joining the battle. The sky outside the colony lit up with flashes of light. Explosions shook the ground. The people looked up, feeling both fear and hope. Kai stayed calm. He gave orders clearly. "Protect the colony and support the pilots." After a long fight, the enemy ships began to retreat. Many were damaged, some destroyed. Kai sighed. In relief, "We did it." Torin smiled. "Your leadership made a difference." Kai looked at the stars and thought about the price of war. "We must keep working for peace." The next day, Kai visited the injured. He spoke with families and offered comfort. The colony was strong, but the fight was far from over. That night, Kai met with the colony's council. "Vrax will not stop," he said. "We need a plan to end this." One leader suggested, "We should find a way to talk to Vrax. Maybe there's a chance for peace." Kai thought carefully. "It is risky, but worth trying." The council agreed to send a small team to meet Vrax and learn more about his plans. Kai prepared to lead the meeting. He knew this could change everything. Days later, Kai and a group traveled to a neutral space station. Vrax's forces waited. Nearby, the meeting was tense. Vrax was a tall figure with sharp eyes and a cold voice. "I want control," Vrax said. "The galaxy needs order," Kai replied. "Order without freedom is not peace. We want to live in harmony, not fear." Vrax smiled sadly. "You are naive. Power decides who survives." Kai stood firm. "There is strength in friendship and respect. We offer you a chance to join us, not fight." The talks were difficult. Vrax did not agree to peace, but agreed to delay attacks. Kai returned to the colony with hope. The future was uncertain, but there was a chance. Back home, the alliance grew. Stronger, colonies shared resources, knowledge, and friendship. Kai looked at the stars and felt ready for what was to come. He was no longer the lost boy from Earth. He was a leader with a vision. The fight for peace had just begun. The stars shone bright above Zira Colony as Kai stood on the highest tower. The wind was soft, carrying the scent of flowers and fresh earth. The colony was peaceful now, but Kai knew this peace had come after a long, hard journey. Months had passed since the first battle with Vrax's fleet. The enemy's attacks had slowed, and the alliance between the colonies had grown strong. People worked together, sharing hope and strength. Kai remembered the day he met Vrax. The cold eyes and harsh words still stayed in his mind. Vrax wanted control, but Kai believed in something different: trust, friendship, and freedom. The colony leaders gathered for an important meeting. Kai stood at the head of the table, ready to share his thoughts. "We have come far," Kai said, "but the fight is not over. Vrax still watches us. We must prepare for what may come." A leader from Arden nodded. "Your words are wise. We must stay united." Kai smiled. "Our strength is in unity. Together, we can protect our homes and build a better future." The leaders agreed to continue working together. They would share resources, train their people, and keep the peace as best they could. After the meeting, Kai walked through the colony. Children played in the fields, laughing freely. Farmers tended their crops. Scientists studied new technologies. Kai felt proud. This was the world he wanted to protect. Torin joined him. "You have done well, Kai. The colony believes in you." Kai looked at his friend. I could not have done it without you. Torn smiled. Friends are always here to help. Suddenly, an alarm sounded. The sky darkened with strange ships. Appearing on the horizon, Kai's heart raced. They are coming. But this time, the colony was ready. The Alliance's ships rose to meet the new threat. The defenders stood strong. Kai took command. Remember what we have learned. Fight with courage and protect each other. The battle was fierce, but the defenders moved as one. The enemy ships were pushed back, unable to break the colony's shields after the fight. A message came from Vrax himself. He offered a truce. Kai called a meeting. This is our chance for true peace, he said. We must be wise and careful. The leaders agreed to meet with Vrax again, this time with hope for an end to the conflict. At the meeting, Kai spoke with honesty and kindness. We want peace, Vrax, together. We can build a future where everyone is free. Vrax looked at Kai, then slowly nodded. Maybe there's another way. The colonies celebrated the new hope. They worked to rebuild what was lost and to strengthen their bonds. Kai knew there would be challenges ahead, but he was ready. He had found his past, his friends, and his purpose. The stars above shone brighter than ever, guiding Kai and the colonies toward a future of peace and friendship.